Good evening, everyone. I want to introduce you all to a new addition to the Rat Boy channel. This is going to be a very exciting addition. Welcome to my new puppy, Senor Snuggles. Isn't that right, Senor? He is a really cute puppy, and he's gonna be around on the channel for a while. He's gonna be hanging out. What was that? No, Senor, we're not doing treats. Okay, you've had enough treats. Actually, you're getting kind of fat. You need to stop eating, okay? You're not going to... Senor Snuggles, stay on your bed. That's it. Where's the remote? Take that. You capitalist slime. How dare you move... Oh, no. Oh, God. He's harnessed the power of the collar. Oh, God, now he's attacking the streamer.
Across America, people are now threatening to steal from grocery stores if they don't get what they want. Millions are warning that if EBT food stamp benefits don't reload in November, they'll take matters into their own hands. Some say, the taxpayers work for me. They need to feed my kids.
My kids have not eaten in 5 days. It is the taxpayers' responsibility to take care of my kids.
Others are openly threatening to loot Walmarts, break into homes, and steal cars if help doesn't arrive. But while some are demanding more aid, others are furious, saying their tax dollars are feeding people who refuse to work.
And that's kind of where I'm at right now. And look, I might be a little biased. Okay, I'm going to throw up a few graphs on the screen right here that I had ChatGPT whip up for me. So take that however you will. But here's the thing. I've never had EBT. There's been times where I could have definitely used EBT, SNAP. Okay. I always just assume that stuff like that isn't for guys like me. It's not. Okay. It's not. I do want it there to be for certain types of people that need it, but not for people that are going to abuse the system, not for people that are going to work the system so they get unlimited free food, unlimited this. They're driving around in a Mercedes Benz and they got $7K on an EBT card. That is what doesn't sit right with me, and I've seen it. I haven't seen it, but it's what's being said online through these videos that I've watched where, this woman says she gets $7K a month because of her and all of her kids. And I'm like, what? That's insane to me. I think that if you are able to work, you should work and you should buy your own groceries. And I think the EBT should be for the elderly, for the people that really need it, for the disabled, for people that actually cannot work and cannot do things for themselves. That needs to be for those types of people, not for people that are trying to game the system.
This system meant for the disabled and the desperate has turned into a lifetime free ride for those who simply won't get a job. The divide is growing wider. On one side, families working 2 jobs still can't afford food. On the other, Americans shouting, "Why should I work so someone else can sit at home?" The anger is boiling over, and while everyone's fighting, children are going hungry. Prices keep rising, jobs don't pay enough, and the system is collapsing under its own weight. This isn't just about food.
The system has definitely been worse, okay? It's actually where I'm at. The prices aren't that bad. I think I paid $2.10 a gallon for gas the other day, which is helpful because I'm driving a big-ass SUV now because my car's in the shop, so I'm paying more for gas, but I eat pretty much the same types of meals every night. I'm not buying a lot of crazy stuff, but I eat my protein. I have rice, I have pasta, chicken, and I don't really eat a whole lot of beef, but I do eat different, varieties of meats. And I honestly haven't noticed a lot of price increases, or maybe I just have changed the way I've been eating. A lot of the groceries I get are deliveries, and there was I want to say one of my receipts that I had, which was back 2020. I was looking through it, and yeah, the prices are more expensive now. Prices are going to go up, and I really don't think that that's necessarily have anything to do with the government. I think that's just greedy corporations wanting to charge more because the government isn't making these corporations make the packages smaller. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the packages are smaller, but they're charging the same price. So obviously, because that's mainly what I notice is, this 25-ounce item here, now it's 22 ounces and it's the same price, but you're getting 3 less ounces.
It's about a nation losing control, torn between survival and resentment. Who's right and who's to blame?
I do think it needs to be a temporary thing. If you're down and out and you need it and you're desperate and you need food and stuff, there's churches that can help you around your local neighborhood. Some people don't have that, and so maybe they have to rely on the EBT. They have to rely on. I know the single moms use WIC, and that's also a government program that gives milk and bread and cheese and stuff. And that's what it's for. It's for people that need it. What I don't like is that no matter how hard I try, and you guys, if any of you in the U.S. too, because your taxes are paying for this, you're paying for those people that absolutely could use getting off of it and getting a job and trying to better themselves instead of relying on the government for their entire life.
I'm literally not asking for help. I'm literally not asking for a job. I just want my benefits back. I don't feel the need to pay for food. I have food stamps since 2016. Yes, taxpayers. So, are you trying to take it away now? I don't think so.
Yeah. Let's take it away from these types of people. This is exactly what I'm talking about. She's had free food stamps, free food since 2016, and honestly, fellas, she doesn't need it. She doesn't need any food. She needs to be taken off the food. She needs to be taken. She needs to be put out in. She needs to get a job. She needs to get a job, and preferably something that has a lot of, walking. Maybe she can walk and deliver, not food. She can't deliver food. Maybe she can deliver newspapers, walk around the town and deliver newspapers. I don't know. Get this woman to work. Get her away from the table. Put the fork down. Lady, put the fork down, okay? Put it down. This is a code red, put fork down situation. You need to step away from the EBT card. Put the fork down, please. Our tax dollars are paying for women who just can't put the fork down.
So y'all motherfuckers want to cut off the food stamps. Cut off the food stamps in the most important month that motherfuckers need food stamps. What did you think was going to happen? I live in Philadelphia. What do you think is going to happen? While there's people out here riding, stealing, and all this shit, where you think I'm going to be? Yeah, here's my list, sir. Here you go. Thank you very much. Give a motherfucker $10. They come out with the whole fucking Thanksgiving dinner. Play with me.
Yeah. Let's just threaten more violence, because that's always a good thing. So I'm guessing in the month of November, there's just going to be mobs of people just robbing grocery stores. Are you kidding me right now? So you can't get it for free. So since the government isn't going to pay you for it, you're just going to steal it. Wow. Actually, that's the math is mathing with stuff like that. She's addicted. This is like a crack fiend trying to get their fix. Okay. These people, they're addicted to EBT. Did you see how much they freaked out whenever the government said, yeah, you can't buy no more Little Debbies on EBT. You can only buy, and that one lady's like, I ain't never ate a carrot before. I don't even know what it smells like. This is, they're having a code red freak out situation.
For those of you laughing because I'm on welfare, I just want to show you something real quick. This is my upcoming pending deposit for SNAP EBT for November. If you are laughing at me right now because you think that I'm going to suffer come November, you better think again. I know how to work the system into my favor. I know how to get what I want. I have multiple sources of income, and that's where a lot of you go wrong. You rely on one source of income. But if you had multiple, if something like this were to happen where EBT gets shut down, you still have your other sources of income. But regardless, I'm still gonna get my EBT money for November. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm gonna get mine, and that's that. Love you.
Oh yes. You're gonna get. She's gonna get hers. Everybody. She's getting hers. I really wish they would take these benefits. just take them away. Come on. Somebody send this video to anyone. Just send it. Share it. Like, subscribe. Do all that stuff. Get these people away from these benefits. This woman does not need benefits. Like she said, she's getting multiple sources of income. The government's paying her. She's probably got a few boyfriends. They're paying her. She's probably selling feet pics. The OF is paying her. So she's getting all this money. And she got $4,000 a month. She gets $4,000 a month to buy her and her greasy kids McDonald's. What does food stamp pay for McDonald's? It might as well pay for McDonald's. Okay, because these people aren't buying veggies and fruits. They're buying Christmas tree cakes and Skittles.
And y'all are like, oh, what about Thanksgiving? What about Thanksgiving? How are people going to pay for Thanksgiving because the food stamp is getting cut off? What about the beginning of November? What about November 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 5th and leading up to Thanksgiving?
Why is this our problem, though? Why is this our... Well, why do they make it everyone else's problem? Now they're not getting their free money. Now it's everyone else's problem. You know, this is no different from whenever everyone was freaking out over Tesla, or over Elon Musk. You know, all these people hated Elon Musk, but they're burning other people's cars. Like those cars have nothing to do with Elon Musk. They already sold the cars. You're just terrorizing innocent people. You're just terrorizing random people in the streets. This makes no sense. How is it everyone else's problem that these people aren't getting their benefits? You can't rely on other people to take care of you. Okay, you need to take care of yourself. And here's another thing I don't get. They've known for months that the whole EBT situation was going to be changing. Why didn't they stock up? They could have stocked up on rice, oats. You stock up on dried pasta, buy tomatoes, and can you some sauces and stuff. You can do soups, beans. I mean, there's so much stuff they could have had that's shelf stable. But that's what I'm saying. The brains aren't working. If I relied on EBT and I knew that it was going to get cut off or modified in some way, and I wouldn't meet the minimum requirements to get it, you better believe I would be using it to buy items that would last me as long as they need to last me until I can find another revenue stream. Like, this is ridiculous. No, fuck you.
Like, do y'all think people are not going to eat then? Like, a lot of people were waiting on the worst first week of November to feed themselves, to feed their families, because the EBT most likely had already run out by the time you got to the last week of October, if not before. Y'all keep talking about Thanksgiving this, Thanksgiving that. Forget.
But who cares? But why? Who cares? Why is it our problem? Why is it the government's problem? What is wrong with you to where you can't work? Why can't you work? There's plenty of jobs. You can work from home. You can work remote. Now, I mean, this isn't like back in the 70s where you had to do something out of the house. You can work from home now. You can just do stuff in the home. There's no excuse. To me, there's no excuse if you are able-bodied that you're not able to just get a job and work and provide for yourself and potentially not have to rely solely on the EBT SNAP system. Okay, that isn't what it's for. Personally, I think it needs to be temporary for one thing. If you're a single mom, you're struggling. Hey, you got 2 years to get your shit together. So the American people are going to be taxed out the ass to support random single moms and the random people that just don't want to get a job, that they just don't want to pay bills. This one guy was saying, no, the government works for him. How does that make everyone else feel? You know what? Fuck those people, dude.
Thanksgiving, people aren't going to have food to feed themselves by November 10th. And I can almost guarantee you guys that once people find out their food stamps is not getting refilled at the beginning of November, they're not going to be thinking about Thanksgiving first. They're going to be thinking about, how am I going to feed myself, my kids, my spouse, my parents, whatever? Because the number you see of people who are on food stamps is not the total number of people.
Yeah, every time I clock in every day, that's what I'm thinking about, is making money to feed myself. is making money so that I can purchase things and live a life. Jeez, if I only had to think about that on the first day of the month, imagine that. Imagine you only had to think about surviving 1 day out of the month. It's 12 days a year is the only day you have to think about surviving. 12 days a year. Get a job, dude. Let me guess, they're not going to get a job. They're going to be like, oh, well, since the government isn't giving them things for free, now they're just going to steal it. They're going to commit crimes to get what they want.
If they cut your food stamps off, you go in the store and steal, and then you get arrested, and now your kids ain't got no food or no parent. How does that solve the problem exactly? Not to mention that now it's going to be on your record for shoplifting and stealing, and more than likely, if you were on food stamps, you probably not making a lot of money to begin with if you working at all, and the jobs that you work are entry-level jobs that would be concerned about somebody having stealing and shoplifting on a record. So again, you telling us what you're going to do, why would we care? That's not going to affect us. That's going to affect.
And here's the answer. They don't care about their kids. If they cared about their kids, they would pull themselves out of the situation they're in and not put themselves in a situation where they have to rely on the government or on other people's taxes to make sure that they survive. You know, you can work your way out of a bad situation. Imagine this. Imagine, let's just say any random person, right? You get a random person, say, hey, look, I'll give you two years free rent, 2 years free food, find you a job, save up money, better your life. Anyone could do that. Can you imagine being a bartender, or can you imagine just being a waiter or a waitress working for 2 years and saving up tips, saving up your checks? That would be like a down payment on a house. You know, you cut out all the expenses, you save your money. But no, they would rather just not get a job, leech off the system, and then they complain because the system isn't there for them to milk. So now they're freaking out. No, fuck you.